Aluriel has a natural affinity to both physical and magical forms of combat. Her days were dedicated to combat training and her nights were spent delving deeper into the schools of magic. She forged her own weapons and armor within the Nightwill, weaving metal and magic into one, becoming the first Spellblade.
Aluriel will rotate through frost, fire, and arcane phases until she dies. Tanks will need to stack and pull her so she's facing away from the raid. Taunt swap at 2 stacks of the annihilated debuff.
Frost phases first. She will debuff 2 targets with Mark of Frost. Have these players move to the side. Each pulse will cause increasing damage. At 10 stacks, have those players come together. This will cause an explosion and the debuff to jump to 2 new nearby targets. The 2 new players move out and the process repeats. She will cast Replicate, which will apply the Mark of Frost to 2 additional targets. Have them move to the side and handle the debuff in the same way.
Spellblade will detonate all existing Marks of Frost, causing them to explode, which creates a frost patch under each debuffed player. Afterwards, the pools will animate and become frost elementals. Tanks group them up and AoE them down. On Heroic, the adds will cast a Frozen Tempest, which will create a large frost circle and push players back. If the player gets pushed out of the circle, they will be frozen and will need to be broken free.
Next, she will transition to Fire Phase. Searing Brand will be placed on 1 target, then be replicated to 4 additional targets. These players will need to fan out as the raid moves off to the sides. Aluriel will have fiery images charge these players, knocking back and damaging anyone within the path. Detonate will pop the debuffs, causing a pool to appear on the ground. Be sure the pools are 8 yards apart. The pools will animate. Group up the adds and AoE them down on normal. On Heroic, they remain stationary. You want to interrupt their casts and burn them down as quickly as possible. If any adds are within 8 yards of each other, their cast time will be twice as fast.
Finally, arcane orbs will spawn at random locations. Once the first orb is replicated and a bunch of orbs show up, move as a raid to one side, giving yourself some decent space between the group and the orbs. When Detonate is cast, group up the entire raid and move together as each new swirl spawns.
You can zigzag your way forward, causing all the adds to be grouped up once the pools animate. Have your tanks near the group but off to the side to avoid your raid dying to annihilate. Again, on normal, you can just group them up and AoE them down. On Heroic, they will be stationary and will need to be killed before they finish their Armageddon cast.
At this point, it's just rinse and repeat. Debuffs go out, which are replicated. The debuffs are detonated, which become puddles that turn into adds. Handle the frost, fire, and arcane variation of this rotation, and the Spellblade will fall.
This has been Tatva
and Tovo, with 2-minute tips by Line of Sight Gaming. You can check out our other Nighthold guides by clicking on any of these links.
If you found this guide useful, please like and share this video. Subscribe to get notified of our future videos, and visit our Patreon page to help us to continue to put out new content. Thanks for watching.